Hi everyone, and welcome to my new video series, Correcting Game Logic, where I use common sense to arrive at obvious conclusions and prove wrong the logic in some video games. For today's episode, I'm going to take a look at some evidence and confute a very drawn out lie surrounding the most famous game character of them all, Super Mario. Common perception of the man is that he's a basic, everyday, completely average dad bod hero that anyone can relate to. And I get that that's part of his charm, along with his manly mustache, but really the logic of him being anything other than completely jacked under those overalls seems simply asinine. Look at what the man does. His original handle was Jumpman. For context, here's a video of 2016 Olympic gold medalist and fellow Canadian Derek Drouin, and he jumped 2.38 meters, which is 1.2 times his own height. And here's Jumpman in Super Mario World, and I don't know, that looks like a lot more than 1.25 times his own height. And yes, he doesn't have the vertical jump of his younger and more slender brother, but 8 times your own height for a vertical jump isn't anything to sneeze at. It's like Nintendo looked at the brothers and were thinking, the older brother, the one that can only jump over power lines. Let's make him look out of shape. Regardless, airtime just scratches the surface of Mario's athletic prowess. It's not that often that you see a man who can sprint indefinitely, and apparently as fast as Sonic, without a hint of weariness. Then there's his swimming, with that absurd lung capacity. While not astonishing to the extent of his land-based accolades, still makes Michael Phelps look like John Marston. Continuing that point, there have been more times than I can count where I've seen Mario dive deep underwater to depths that no one should be able to survive. Like, look here in Mario 64, with that sunken ship and that creepy eel that everybody hates. Look how dark that is. That can't be easy on one's body. I remember there being a planet in Mario Galaxy that was completely made of water. I feel like there was a few of them, and our plumber swam to the epicenter of said planet, and that wasn't a problem. He didn't die or anything. I mean, isn't there some sort of substantial pressure at the core of a planet? I feel like all this shows an impressive amount of durability and lung capacity and is at least somewhat indicative of a highly fit individual. Also, I want to point out that in the first Mario Land for the original Game Boy, Mario uses a submarine for one of the underwater segments. I'm gonna be honest, it kinda seems like overkill. All those things considered, Mario should have close to 0% body fat and be completely ripped. We've seen it in the RPGs that he has a decent amount of protein intake, which is essential for building muscle. And while he does have a taste for comfort food, he most definitely works it off. Like, as an example, Peach baked him a cake in Mario 64, but even then, by the time he actually gets it, he's already burned off 60,000 calories while collecting 70 power stars and defeating a 1,400-pound dinosaur. By flinging him around by his tail and then launching him 100 yards in a dangerously humid environment. Let's take a closer look. Here, we see Mario just wrecking Bowser's day. On closer examination of his technique, we see that he's not really moving his legs. They're more of a pivot point, which may suggest that he's swinging Bowser with only upper body and core strength. If he used his whole body, then Bowser's just done. Just not coming back from Mario Sunshine.
Mario! How dare you disturb my family vacation?
I get that Mario is a man of few words. Maybe it's to conserve energy to continue beating the Bowser loyalty out of turtles everywhere, but I'm sure that if you were more vocal, he'd tell you that he disagrees with the way that Nintendo presents him to the public. And also to make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell so that you get alerted when a new video is available.
But as we always say, neatness counts!
Well, I respect Nintendo's desire to have a representative of the everyman, and they do have an array of characters of all physiques. I'm looking at you, Waluigi, with your unrealistic standards for slenderness. I feel like a muscular hero is a healthy standard for men and women alike to strive for, and I think Mario should be depicted as such. Like, in Odyssey, Mario took to swimwear, and I think some of us were like, okay, cool, now we get to see how jacked Mario is.
Just hang on to the largest back in the world, and I'll dog paddle us, backstroke all of us to safety.
Oh, and thank you, Hulk Hogan. Let's get back to action.
But we got a basic looking plumber with average physique, average muscles, average nipples, that doesn't do justice to the work ethic of gaming's greatest icon. To me, this is a fairly obvious example of flawed game logic. when a man that should look like Brock Lesnar is represented physically as someone who thinks gyms are fictional. I love you, Nintendo, but we both know that Mario makes the Kasabaki look undisciplined. That man is Mr. Olympia. I hope you enjoyed this train wreck of a video, and if you did, be sure to subscribe and maybe hit that like button, and I'm going to make some more videos and post them hopefully in the very near future. Have a great day and be kind to yourself.